So are we currently in a buyer's market or a seller's market, or is it a balanced market? Well, that's a great question. And to be perfectly honest, it's a little bit of a buyer's market. In some cases, it is a seller's market. In other cases, it is a balanced market. So what I mean by that is once you get to, for example, the $1 million price range and above, it's very much a buyer's market. There's lots of inventory. Now, if you want to get really specific about that type of inventory, when you go to newer communities, like up and down the 401, close to the 401, there's lots of homes there in the $1 million price range that are just sitting there, which represents now an opportunity for buyers to go in and get a better deal, get an offer accepted with their conditions in there, whether it's financing, inspection. And in many cases for people, a $1 million home, 1.2, 1.3, that is not their first home. So they've probably got a house to sell. This is an opportune time for them to go in there and be able to put in their condition to sell their home before they commit to the purchase of the new home. So $1 million price range in the newer communities, you're very much talking a buyer's market. Now, if you're talking detached homes within the city under 700,000, I would say that there's a seller's market. If it's priced right, if it shows well, buyers are going to come to that property. They're going to be able to, view that property, and you're likely going to get more than one offer. And in those cases there, you are seeing sellers holding offers on properties to be able to go above the asking price in a bidding war. Yes, we are still seeing over asking price in this market. That's what I mean. It's very funny. You're seeing homes that are going above the asking price, and yet you're seeing other homes sitting on the market. Pricing is absolutely critical. I think if you're a buyer in this market, this is a great chance for you to buy a property, even if you do go into a bidding war situation, because, there's a likelihood that come spring of next year, prices are going to go up. We're going to have that seasonal fluctuation where it does go up. Between now and then, we've got multiple rate drops expected. That there will play an impact on where the prices go. Now, you're not going to see, I believe, a big spike, but you are going to see a seasonal fluctuation like this, kind of a soft raise and a soft down just before it plateaus out. But that is what I believe the opportunity for buyers. They can buy something today. By next spring, it's already up in value. Yes, the rates in the springtime may be a little bit lower than where they are today, but that's where you can go in and refinance, because the higher the rates, the lower the prices. And in the future, if the rates do come down, that will have an impact on pricing. So, bit of a funny market. Just make sure that you speak to a professional before you go out there. Get the history on the property. How long has it been on the market? Has it been listed before? Maybe has the owner bought the property fairly recently, so you have an idea of what number they're trying to achieve. Not that it matters, but at least you will have an understanding of why they're signing back or countering or listing it at the price that they are. But like I said, that doesn't really matter because you're going to be buying it based on today's comparables. But it's better to have a full understanding of the picture before you even submit an offer, because you may fall in love with a house and see that somebody paid like way higher for it in 21, 22, 23. Now they've listed a high to try to get close to that number. You're not willing to go there. Don't disappoint yourself. That is not what it is. That's not fun. That's not real estate. Make sure that you know the full picture of the situation before you go into it. Run your comparables, offer accordingly. And here's the other thing. I've talked about bidding wars, just, like homes going above the asking price, 3-4 offers at a time. We came across a situation last week where there were 6 offers on a property and the seller accepted an offer that had conditions. So those of you that don't feel comfortable going in without conditions, there's lots of opportunity for you to be able to go in there with conditions. In fact, the majority of the properties that are selling today are selling with conditions. We sold 2 properties today, which is, Friday I'm recording this, both of which went conditional last Friday for 5 business days. Both of their conditions were removed today. So that is the market that we're in right now. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, give us a call. See ya.